Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are in the final stretch of what has been an unprecedented presidential campaign. During one of the most polarised periods in its history, the US and much of the rest of the world is tonight waiting with bated breath for tomorrow's election. And with polls showing the candidates neck and neck, both spent the day in a handful of swing states that hold the keys to the White House. US correspondent Mitch McCann begins our coverage from Michigan.
Before dawn, they gathered in Raleigh, North Carolina, 24 hours before Election Day, to hear from their man in the flesh. A speech delivered in Donald Trump's signature style.
By the way, the press will say, "Oh, he rambled." No, that's not rambling. You know what that is? That was genius. That's the weave. No, see? I wove, frankly, the rest of it I don't really even have to talk about.
Americans have been digesting it all.
There's nothing about Trump that's admirable to me. I think he has no character. I think he's dishonest. I think he's narcissistic, except for the fact that he's not a socialist like the other side is.
I would say Donald Trump.
This is going to be so delicious.
That's probably what I could say about him.
That says it all.
Yeah.
Across the political divide, Kamala Harris is selling her campaign as one of hope for America's future.
Hello, Michigan!
But unless Harris can win crucial swing states like Michigan and Pennsylvania, that hope will fade.
Are we ready to win?
And so all focus is on those swing states and their voters.
In one of the most consequential elections of our lifetime, and we have momentum. It is on our side. Can you feel it?
The effort to get voters on side has been immense.
You deserve better. As president, I'll bring a new generation of leadership.
In swing states like here in Michigan, the final hours of the campaign has seen voters bombarded with ads on TV, online, and through text messages to their phones. It really does feel like there is electioneering everywhere. And Donald Trump's campaign has focused on one central theme: fear.
Harris and Biden have literally unleashed the IRS to harass workers who receive tips. And they just may be coming to your house next.
We surrendered our borders, our paychecks, and our courage. Our patriotism was called toxic.
They tried to put him in federal prison.
Raided by the FBI.
When that didn't work, they even tried to kill him.
He just tried to kill President Trump.
Donald Trump still stands.
We're not falling for these folks who are trying to divide us. Together, we'll build a brighter future for our nation.
But who gets to build that future is in the hands of more than 240 million Americans eligible to vote. And all the candidates can now do is wait and pray.
Mitch joins us now live from Detroit, Michigan, and it is a key battleground state. Mitch, Donald Trump, look, it's been an extraordinary last couple of months, but he's wrapping up his campaign right now.
Yeah, that's certainly right. Good evening, Sam, from the state of Michigan, where it is now past midnight, meaning it is officially Election Day now here in the United States. A couple of hours away from here in Detroit is Grand Rapids, Michigan, where Donald Trump, as you say, is holding his final rally. And you may be interested to know, Sam, it's where he held his final rally in 2016 and 2020 campaigns. So possibly Donald Trump might be superstitious around ending his campaigns. Now, that was meant to start at 4:30 New Zealand time. It's now past 6. It still hasn't started. Donald Trump might be running late, but he did tell an audience in Pennsylvania before he left to Michigan that if you vote for Kamala Harris, you'll have 4 more years of misery, failure and disaster. Our country may never recover. Now, Sam, it's only 2 years since I stood at Mar-a-Lago talking to you about Donald Trump's re-election campaign when he announced it. At that time, there was a sense of fatigue around Donald Trump. It seemed people were sick of him. It was only a year after the January riots at the US Capitol. He has managed to steamroll all his Republican opponents, and now his final opponent waits, Kamala Harris. It is possible by this time tomorrow night, Donald Trump could be again president-elect of the United States.